All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Shakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakak Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just wanted to get into this article. It's from Yahoo News. It says the Telegraph. And the name of the article is Why It's Too Late to Stop World War III. You see, that's pretty much, the title of the lesson. It's too late, to stop World War III. Okay, regardless of whether they want it or they don't want it. You see, it doesn't matter. Really, it all goes back to what was written in the scriptures. You see, it's the Lord that wants this war. Why? Because he wants to take down, the power structure. Okay, he wants to take down Esau Edom, who is a so-called white man. That's right now reigning in the power seat, man. You see, he wants to take down his rulership. That way, the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, which is going to be ruled by Yahushai, King David, and then there's going to be a righteous order on down. You see, ultimately, Yahweh, the Most High is going to be on top, but it's going to be a righteous kingdom. See, ultimately, that's why World War III has to happen. You see, but let me get into this article, and here's a photo here, which I also use for the thumbnail. It says Apocalypse Now. It says a nuclear test in French Polynesia in 1970. So you can only imagine how more advanced these weapons are today, man. Look at that. You see that mushroom cloud? I mean, that's what's getting ready to come to America, Babylon the Great, man. And it's going to be more fierce. Again, you can only imagine how more advanced these weapons are, in today's time. This is back, in 1970. Let me go ahead and get into the article. It says, imagine for a moment that the Iranian government announces it has developed a nuclear bomb and threatens to use it on Israel. And that's, according to the scriptures, Persia, which is modern day Iran, is going to play a big part, in what's getting ready to come, man, in terms of what? World War III, Armageddon or Armageddon. It says, the United States reacts with the threat of military intervention as it did in 1991 and 2003 in Iraq. Iran signals that it will not tolerate a third Gulf War and looks for allies. American forces massed to enter Iran, which orders national mobilization. Russia, China, and North Korea expressed their support for Iran, and Washington expands its intervention force, bringing in a British contingent. Meaning what? They're gonna try to gather up all their allies, right? It says, which is what? NATO, the EU. It says Russia enters the game, raising the stakes in the expectation that the West will back down. A nuclear standoff follows, but with tense and itchy fingers on both sides as leaders gamble on the risk of not striking first. It all ends in disaster. The Third World War begins with an exchange of nuclear fire, and the rest, as they say, is history. You see? And, I can keep on going on reading, but that's enough, man. Pretty much, that's exactly what the scripture says is going to happen, man. That it's going to take Israel, the least of the flock, to draw out America, Babylon the Great, which is Edom. Let's go to the scriptures. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse 20. And it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai that he had taken against Edom. See, and Edom is the so-called white man, Esau. It says, and his purposes that he has proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Teman going back to the wise men, which right now you was that would be the Germans. Why? Because that's where they got the technology, the scientists, to split the atoms, okay, and then bring forth, these weapons of mass destruction. Let me get a quick precept. Was that Isaiah? I'll come back. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." Saying that smith going into what? Your modern day scientists. Again, it's going back to what? The Manhattan Project. Okay, going back to these scientists, okay, that were able to split the atoms to create these weapons of mass destruction. Again, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work," going into those missiles. It says, "And I have created the waster to destroy." See, those missiles were not created, okay, just to sit around in some museum or to sit into those silos and do nothing. No, those weapons were created, okay, to bring destruction. You see? So let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 49. And let's go back to verse 20. And it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he has proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them." See, going into what? The destruction of both, okay, the land of Israel, okay, right now where you have impostors dwelling, okay, and the land of America, Babylon the Great, man. That's going to bring that destruction, okay, from the hands of the Almighty Power, man. Ultimately, he's going to use, okay, these nations, okay, for World War III, okay, to bring a great destruction. Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8. And it says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms." So the Lord is gathering these kingdoms together for what? For World War III. Listen, "to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." Does that mean that the earth is going to blow up? No. The scripture says the earth abideth forever. That means there's going to be great destruction wherever the Lord's allotted that destruction to come. Okay, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, and also in the land of Israel. You see? So let's go back to Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, and let's go to verse 21. And it says, "See, the earth is moved, see, at the noise of their fall, at the cry the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea." Listen, it says, "Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle," that he is speaking about Yahushai, man, "and spread his wings over Basra." Now, when you go into Basra, Teman, Uz, okay, that's all speaking about, the ancient cities, okay, in the land of Edom. But now that's referring to, right here in America, Babylon the Great, man. You see, and all that, and that day. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men, listen, of Edom, be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. Why? Because a great destruction is getting ready to come upon America, Babylon the Great, man. And it's the Lord that's bringing it. And he's going to use these nations, okay, for war, man, for World War III. Let's stay here in Jeremiah. Let's go to the 50th chapter. And let's go down to the 45th verse. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that he had taken against Babylon." See, this is going to link Babylon, okay, with Edom, man. They're synonymous with each other. It says, and his purposes that he had proposed against the lands of the Chaldeans. Now, Chaldeans going into what? Your ancient witches and warlocks, man, which today, okay, makes up your elites, okay, those banking families, okay, that have deceived the world, okay, through their witchcraft. It says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out," going back to what? The land of Israel, man. Ultimately, you're going to have Iran, okay, come up against Israel. You see, and that's going to draw in, okay, America, man, okay, and it's going to lead to what? World War III, because then Russia's going to get involved. It says, "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." You see, so you're going to have both the land of Israel, okay, and the land of America, Babylon the Great, just destroyed, man. The only difference is that the land of Israel, okay, will be rebuilt, okay, but America, Babylon the Great, okay, will be a desert, Okay, it's going to be a monument of wickedness. You see, it's going to be a place for what? For the desert creatures. Verse 46, it says, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved and the cry is heard among the nations. Why? Because it's going to be televised, man. Throughout the web, the internet, these other nations, they're going to see, okay, that destruction. See, plus there's going to be a lot of destruction, okay, taking place throughout the earth, man. It's going to be a very horrible, okay, and dark day. You see, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and let's go to verse 18. And it says, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare, meaning there's going to be nowhere to go, man, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, okay? Once these missiles are launched, hey, there's going to be nowhere to go. These missiles are going to get here in maybe 20, 30 minutes? Okay, these are going to be those weapons of mass destruction, man, which are going to cause those great mushroom clouds. Okay, that like it is in the thumbnail. It says, "For the windows from on high are open," meaning those missiles are going to come through. Okay, the firmament, man. It says, "And the foundations of the earth do shake." Why? Because of all the destruction. It says the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. Man, that's how much destruction, okay, it's going to come upon the earth. Okay, but the whole earth, again, it's not going to be totally destroyed, man. America, Babylon the Great, and Israel, okay, will be destroyed. Okay, and then wherever else the Lord has allotted destruction. It says, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. See, and it shall fall and not rise again. Why? Because the time is, the harvest is ripe, man. The wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth. So it's time for the Lord, to bring this destruction, okay, upon America, Babylon the Great, man, upon Esau, okay, the so-called white man, for all the transgression that he's caused throughout the whole earth, man. Meaning this devil is never going to come into power. Once the Lord destroys America, Babylon the Great, okay, and destroys the land of Israel. Why? Because that's where you have the Amalekites, man, which is the grandson of Esau. Okay, those are the devils, okay, that the Bible speaks about. Okay, Esau is the border of wickedness. You see, so the Lord's gonna bring destruction to him. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Let's go and because it talks about the land of Persia, right? Persia and Russia, okay, being a force, okay, in this great destruction. This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1. And it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Now this is speaking about Russia. When you go into that word prince, okay, in the next verse, it goes into Roche. Let's get it. Well, let me read it first, and we'll get it. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So yeah, the Lord's going to use these devils, okay, which, the Russians, they're Edomites too. Although you do have, okay, Israelites scattered among them, okay, because Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But the Lord is using Russia. He's using Iran. He's using, these devils over there in the land of Israel. Okay, all these nations. Okay, to bring forth the destruction. Let me get that. Let me get that in the blue letter. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. And let's go to verse 3. Let's get that word for prince. It's going to show you something real quick. Those that know, but I just want to go ahead and just bring it out. And that's H7218. Let's get it. Make sure the volume is up. Okay.
Strong's H7218. Ramath Negev. Ramath Negev. Second entry, Rosh.
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 See, and that's where we get Russia from, man. So this is definitely speaking about Russia. You see? So let me read that again. Ezekiel 38:3. It says, and it saith, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the Lord, he's against the Russians, okay? But he's going to use them, okay, to bring forth this great destruction, to bring down, okay, the power seat of Esau, man, to bring down Edom. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So, hey, these nations, hey, they're going to have, okay, those weapons of mass destruction. See, and those hooks have already been put, okay, in the jaws. And we believe it's Putin, man. You see? Why? Because all you hear about in the news is what? Is war, man. You know, you see Russia, okay, rising back up to become that great Soviet Union, okay, that they were at one time. You see, it fell, and now what? It's coming back, man. The Lord is raising, okay, Russia back up, okay, which is, you know, again, it's the Gog, okay, the land of Magog, okay, to what? To bring forth, okay, World War III. It says Persia, okay, which is modern day Iran, to Ethiopia and Libya, which are African nations, man. You see, because you know, if you look into it, you have a lot of these African nations that have ties, okay, with Moscow, okay, with Russia. It says again, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. It says Gomer, which is going to Turkey, and you already see Turkey, and they want to leave NATO. You see, they want out of it. You know, they're all these nations are joining unto Russia, okay, as part of the BRICS nations. Okay, they're coming out of having use of that petrodollar. You see, they don't want nothing to do with America, Babylon the Great. Okay, because they know that this is the devil that the Bible speaks about. Okay, between them and the land of Israel, okay, they have brought great deception, okay, upon the world. And it says again, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Tergama of the north quarters, and all his bands, and with many people with thee. It says, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So that's exactly, okay, what these Russians are doing. They're being a guard into these nations. So you see the ties that they have with China, okay, and now North Korea, okay, and you see Saudi Arabia, okay, they just broke ties, okay, with America, Babylon the Great. You see, so all these nations, hey, they're going to come into what? You know, they're going to band together, okay, with Russia, okay, and come against America, Babylon the Great. And even though those of the allies, okay, of so-called America, okay, they're going to come against her too. They're going to come against this great whore. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Let's get that real quick. Obadiah. 21 chapter. And I just started at the top, just to show you, hey, this is speaking about Esau, man, the Edomites, the so-called white man. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. It says, arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. You see all these nations, they're getting ready to come against America, Babylon the Great. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. See, the least of the flock. Say, thou art greatly despised. All these nations hate, okay, what this devil has done, man. They hate what Esau has done. Okay, they go into these nations. They set up their puppet leaders. Okay, they steal the resources. This is their MO, man. This is what they're known to do. You see, the scripture says that they cannot stay at home, man. They're everywhere. That's why you see these devils. Okay, they put sanctions on everybody. They got military bases everywhere, embassies everywhere. Okay, these devils can't stay at home, man. They gotta have their hand in everything. Okay, but they're full of what? Wickedness and corruption, man. Let me see. Let me get down to the point that I wanted. You know what? I'll just keep reading. It says, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the pride of America, Babylon the Great, man. See, and them saying that, well, we're going to read it, that they went up and, went upon the moon, man, which is all bullshit. You see, they're very prideful, okay, and they claim that they broke that Van Allen belt, okay, and went upon the moon, which is all lies, man. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So even though they claim, okay, to have done all these great miracles, okay, to done all these great things, the Lord said, what? In your pride, okay, I'm going to take you down, man. I'm going to bring you down. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah, if a thief broke into your house, man, he's not going to steal everything. Okay, he's going to leave, there's stuff he's going to leave, man. He's going to come get the jewelry, get the things that are expensive. Man, he's not going to go in there and take, toothbrushes and, take the pictures off the wall. No, man. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, man? And he's being exposed, okay, through the preaching, man, through the men of the Lord, those that the Lord has set up. The scripture says what? That he should be exposed, okay, by the Lord's mouth. You see? It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Again, and he's being exposed at all levels, man. It says, and that's what Esau's done, man. They gone in, they just take everything. They leave nothing unturned, man. They go into these nations and leave it totally destroyed. See, and that's exactly what the Lord's going to do to America, man. America and the land of Israel. He's going to bring a total destruction upon it. Okay, again, the only difference is that the land of Israel, okay, will be built back up. This is the point I wanted. Obadiah 1 and verse 7 says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. It says, shall not I in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, the understanding out of the mount of Esau? It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. See, so hey man, these Edomites, they're gonna be destroyed, man. And they're gonna, and these other nations which were their allies, okay, they're gonna come against them. You see, those that have eaten those that have eaten the bread, meaning those that have made commerce with them. You see, dealings with them. You see, through transactions. You see, hey, they're all going to come against America, okay, Babylon the Great, man. Let me go to the book of Isaiah, just because that mushroom cloud is part, it was in the article, and then you also, I used it for the thumbnail, so I'm gonna get this just to, have one more link between Esau, Edom, okay, and Babylon the Great, man, which Babylon the Great is to be destroyed, man, before the great kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is set up. So this is Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 4. And it says, see, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. Okay, going into what that mushroom cloud. It says, and all their host shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig, see, from the fig tree. So those missiles, they're gonna look like leaves falling. They're gonna look like those figs. Okay, when a fig tree is shooken, okay, and the figs are falling off, that's gonna be how those missiles are gonna look coming down, man. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it should come down upon Idumea. See, Idumea is what? Greek for Edom. It says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, man. Let's go real quick to Proverbs 3, verse 33. And it says, the curse of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is in the house of the wicked. And Esau, he is the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4 says he's the border of wickedness. So wherever these devils have been scattered to, they're the wicked. says, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Ultimately, the scripture says all Israel shall be justified. You see, and right now the just is those that the Lord has deemed to be just. Those that the Lord has justified on this side, which is the elect, the remnant, okay, whoever they may be. But let's go back to Isaiah chapter 34. And let me see where I leave off at. Verse 6, it says, the sword of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats. See, the lambs is going into what? The 2/3, man. The 2/3 of Israel, okay, that will be left here in America, Babylon the Great, to be melted. See, and the goats, the Edomites, see, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, meaning the rams of these other nations, okay, that we've been mingled amongst. It says, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath a sacrifice in Basra and the great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, all the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. Meaning, hey, there's going to be a lot of destruction here. Okay, it tells you in the book of Revelation that the blood should be to the horse's bridle. Okay, just symbolizing a lot of death, man. A lot of destruction is going to come, okay, from the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the Lord's going to use these nations, okay, in World War III to bring this great destruction. It says, for it is the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's vengeance, and the ear recompenses for the controversy of Zion. See, so the Lord's doing it for his people, man. He's bringing destruction, okay, because all these devils have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Okay, those people that are very close and near to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that's Israel, the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and you so-called Native Americans. See, and those that look like other nations, okay, but your seed line goes back to Jacob. You see, let me get one more and I'll close it out. Just because I want to link Edom with Babylon. Let's go to the book of Revelation, and there's other scriptures like you can go into, but I'm just gonna close out with this one. Revelation chapter 6, and let's go to verse 12, because this is speaking about the same thing. Okay, that mushroom cloud. It says, and I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. Okay, speaking about that destruction, man. The missiles, okay, and then you're going to have the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai turning people into powder. It says, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. It says, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Again, when John saw this vision, okay, the missiles, they look like stars falling out of the sky. They look like figs falling out of a fig tree, okay, when it's shaken. Okay, but that's going to be how many warheads, okay, are going to fall upon America, Babylon the Great, man. It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, going into that mushroom cloud. It says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. See, what can cause a mountain, okay, and an island to be taken out of their place, man? It's going to be a great destruction, man. Everything's going to be uprooted. You see, it's going to be a horrible and dark day, man. It says, verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Meaning, you're going to have these elites, okay, going to try to hide, okay, and they're going to hide, okay, they're going to make it. But the scripture says what? That the fishers shall become hunters. So ultimately, when the elect, okay, then you're going to have the angels. They're going to become those hunters, man. They're going to come and get, okay, these devils out of the dens of the rocks, okay, out of their underground, bunkers, okay, out of their submarines, okay, wherever they may be at, even up in the sky, man. Hey, the Lord going to get them out of those spaceships or whatever they built, man, to take some type of refuge, okay. They're going to be taken out of those hiding places. It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Because they're going to understand and know, hey, that this destruction is coming from Yahweh Shai, man. And there's gonna be no place to go, man. Ultimately, yeah, they're gonna hide. They're gonna make it through the destruction, but they're gonna get arrested. Okay, they're gonna come out and get arrested. It says, "For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?" And really, it's all about the elect. Only the elect, okay, will make it out of Babylon the Great, man. Everybody else here in America, Babylon the Great, will be put to death, other than the elect. Okay, you're gonna have these elites. Okay, they're going to be going to these other countries, man, to hide. Okay, but ultimately, they're going to be pulled out. Okay, they're going to be arrested. Let's finish off with that. Let's go to Psalms. So there's nothing that can stop, okay, World War III from coming, man. It's inevitable. You see? Let me see. Psalms chapter 149. And I'm going to start off in verse... Let me start off in verse 4. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai taketh pleasure in his people." Okay, speaking about the Israelites. "He will beautify the meek with salvation." That's all who's going to get saved, man, is the elect of Israel on this side. But ultimately, as the scripture says, all Israel shall be saved. Okay, all Israel shall be justified in glory, okay, in the kingdom. And said, "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds." Meaning, finally, okay, Israel gonna be at rest. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. As the scripture says, this is not our rest. It will destroy you with the sure destruction. Okay, all the bullshit that is been presented to us, man. It's just bringing us destruction here, okay, in America, Babylon the Great, and wherever else, okay, we've been scattered to. Pollution, okay, we've been polluted by the ways of the world. It says, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand." Okay, and that two-edged sword will be a literal two-edged sword, man. It says, "To execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron." See, these elites, okay, they went to hide in the dens of the rocks and the underground bunkers, okay, and their space stations, okay, wherever they went, okay, they're gonna be pulled out of that. You see, and they're gonna get arrested, man. They're gonna have fetters of iron upon them, chains. It says, "Listen, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai." So ultimately, hey, that's why the Lord is bringing, okay, World War III, man, to put an end, okay, to the rulership of Esau Edom, man, and to establish his kingdom, okay, of his dear son, Yahushai. You see? So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to go ahead and close out. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.